Hi everyone, my name is Dhaniessha Jaya Chandran and my matrix number is 280272. So today I'll talk about what is water pollution while my partner will talk about what is air pollution. So I'll pass to her so that she could introduce herself.
Thank you, Dhaniessha. Now, I want to introduce about myself. My name is Khairun Najaa binti Azmi, matrix number 279821. Today, I want to talk about air pollution. But now, I will pass to Dhaniessha first.
Many people don't really know what is water pollution. So what is it? Water pollution occurs when harmful substances such as chemicals or microorganisms contaminate a stream, river, lake, ocean, or other body of water, degrading water quality and rendering it toxic to humans or the environment. Based on my research on the internet, I found out that there are two types of water pollution, which is organic pollution and chemical pollution. What are the differences between both of them? Firstly is organic pollution due to microorganisms such as bacteria and viruses. It presents in the water generated by excrement, animal and vegetable waste. Secondly is chemical pollution, which is generated by the heavy metals, acids and hydrocarbons that are being used in industries. What are the causes of water pollution? Unsurprisingly, human activity is primarily responsible for water pollution, even if natural phenomena such as landslides and floods can also contribute to degrade the water quality. Water is uniquely vulnerable to pollution. Known as a universal solvent, water is able to dissolve more substances than any other liquid on earth. It is also why water is so easily polluted. Toxic substances from farms, towns, and factories readily dissolve into and mix with it, causing water pollution. What are the effects of water pollution? Water pollution gives a very bad impact on human health, and at the same time, it does the same on the environment too. On the environment, in order to thrive, healthy ecosystems rely on a complex web of animals, plants, and bacteria, all of which interact directly or indirectly with each and other. Harm to any of these organisms can create a chain effect, improving entire aquatic environments. When water pollution causes an algal bloom in a lake or marine environment, the proliferation of newly introduced nutrients stimulates plant and algae growth, which in turn reduces oxygen levels in the water. This dearth of oxygen, known as eutrophication, suffocates plants and animals and can create dead zones where water are essentially devoid of life. In certain cases, these harmful algal blooms can also affect wildlife from whales to sea turtles. What effect it will give on human health? Water pollution has very negative effects on public health. A lot of diseases result from drinking or being in contact with contaminated water, such as diarrhea, cholera, typhoid, dysentery, or skin infections. In zones where there is no available drinking water, the main risk is dehydration, obviously. What can you do to prevent water pollution? There are few ways that you could do with your actions to prevent water pollution. Firstly, you need to reduce your plastic consumption and reuse or recycle plastic when you can. Secondly, owners of industries should dispose chemical cleaners and oils in a proper way to keep them from ending up down the drain and cause water pollution. Thirdly, all the drivers should maintain their cars so it do not leak oil, antifreeze or coolant that can contribute to water pollution. And last but not least, if you have a yard, consider landscaping that reduce runoff and avoid applying pesticides. I think that is all from me about water pollution. I hope you gain new knowledge from it. Now I would like to pass to Najiha and let her to start her talk about air pollution.
First of all, I will give what means by air pollution refer to the release of pollutants into the air that are detrimental to human health and the planet as well. The air we breathe today is full of toxins. Here are the causes of pollution. First, air pollution can caused by industry. Factories and other industrial installations have caused such pollution since the dawn of industrial age by burning fuels, carrying out chemical process, and releasing dust and other particulates. Similar to exhaust being released from vehicles, heavier machinery located inside big factories and industrial plants also emit pollutants into the air. Industrial plants can be found pretty much everywhere in the world, so the spreading of air pollution is basically global. In, ad- in addition to vehicle exhaust pollution, fossil fuels also present a wider scale problem when they are burned for energy in power plants. Chemicals like sulfur dioxide are released during the burning process, which travel straight into the atmosphere. These types of pollutant react with water molecules to yield something known as acid rain. This is one of the reasons that alternative energy sources such as nuclear, solar, and wind are being explored in greater detail. They tend to release much less pollutant into the environment to produce equivalent amount of energy. Invisible pollutants are not as noticeable, but they can be just as deadly, if not more so. Examples of invisible pollutants include nitrogen oxides, sulfur dioxide, and carbon monoxide, to name a few. Carbon monoxide, inhaled and introduced into the human bloodstream, spells trouble if the pollution is a high enough concentration. Now that we know the culprits of air pollution, let's start discussing the harmful effects. There are many different types of effects that air pollutant can cause. For one, there's the human health factor considered. Air pollution is known to cause irritation in the eyes, lungs, nose, and throat. It creates respiration problems and exacerbates existing conditions such as asthma. When continually exposed to air pollution, humans become at higher risk for cardiovascular disease. Air filled with toxins can have a number of adverse effects on the arteries and have even been a contributor to heart attacks. Like humans, animals can suffer health effects from exposure to air pollutants too. Birth defect, disease, and lower reproductive rates have all been attributed to air pollution. Air pollution also can affect plants. Gaseous pollutants enter the leaf pores and damage the leaf of crop plants, interfere with photosynthesis and plant growth, and reduce nutrient uptake and cause the leaf to turn yellow, brown, or drop off altogether. Well, There's actually not much good to say to air pollution, but there are a number of positive ways it can be dealt with. First, you can reduce your driving by motor vehicles and other mobile sources like construction equipment contribute over three-quarters of the air pollutants. To reduce emission, you can combine errands, carpool, vanpool, use public transportation, ride a bicycle, walk, or work longer hours, fewer days a week. For short trips like school, you can consider options like walking and biking. Besides that, we also can avoid aerosol spray products. Many aerosol products contribute to smoke. Paints and solvents also contribute to smoke. Look for water-based options, keep lids closed, and use brush or rollers rather than sprays when possible. Thank you for sparing some time to listen about what we were talking. I hope you get new knowledge from what we have explained to you. Thank you.